Okay, cool. Hello and hi and welcome everyone for being here. So, yes, we've talked about our sensory care kit, and it's inspired by the stress tolerance skills that are taught in dialectal behavioral therapy, which was a therapy created by Marsha M. Linnen to treat her borderline personality disorder. This is not, a lot of people are talking about the neurodivergence or potential neurodivergence. It's not only for neurodivergent people, but it's really, really beneficial for neurodivergent people. So with the sensory first aid kit, the way I like to think of it and look at it is, you think of your typical first aid kit. If you get like a paper cut or a small burn or something like that, there's something in that paper in that first aid kit to take care of that quickly. And so sometimes we get overwhelmed or overstimulated, and so it's like, how can I quickly like calm myself down? So yeah, having it all in one spot is really, really cool. So I'll show you off my kit really quickly. I know that we sent a list out earlier of things you'll need. If you don't have all of that, work with what you have, or you can just take notes for now. But yeah, some kind of, and some people are talking about making this with their kids. I think that's perfect. I want to make one for my daughter as well. I just need to find the right like container and things like that. But you're going to need some kind of kit container, be it a box, be it a bag, some kind of decoration for your kit. I have a sticker on mine that says I prioritize self-care today. Items to activate all the different senses, things that bring you joy, temperature regulation items, any words of affirmation. Maria said that she's got some words of affirmation. With the temperature regulation items, that comes from the tip scale in DBT. So the tip scale, TIP, is intended to quickly change your body chemistry to help regulate your emotions. And TIP stands for temperature, intense exercise, and pace breathing. Obviously, we can't fit intense exercise and breathing into a box, but we can put temperature items in our box, right? So tipping the temperature of your face with cold items will cause your heart rate to slow down and slow your breathing down. So things you could put in your first aid kit, which I will show you what I have in mind. You could put like ice rollers. I got that's what I have in here. I have some ice rollers. They're just actually very cool. And I could just put them on my face if I need to calm down. Or, ice packs, sheet mask. I have this sheet mask here. It's just a half one, but this is also naturally very cool that I've put on too when I'm overwhelmed. So that's what I mean by temperature items. I also have like a heated eye mask too. And it also smells of lavender, so that activates that scent as well. So already I've got touch as a sense that's activated with our temperature regulation items. I have scent. I also have, and some of these items are kind of dual purpose, right? I have this rose water toner that also helps cool me down, and it smells amazing. I have in here, I have a couple thank you notes because kind of going back to words of affirmation, things that make you happy. Again, when you are a little overwhelmed, overstimulated, and maybe hard to think of like happy things. So I have some thank you notes that are, I've like gone and read them. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. I have bubbles because bubbles are fun. I have, and I think this is important to make this ahead of time before you're already overstimulated, because I know about myself when I get overwhelmed, noises are so much louder. So I have some noise canceling earbuds here. I have a crystal. I don't know if anyone in here are crystal people, but I have a amethyst crystal in here. And because that's used to help promote like not to promote anxiety, but to help soothe anxiety and promote just like self-soothing. I made a little shaker here. This kind of has a story to it. So I have these like little ducks in here, right? And I'll show you all the ducks, and they're really, really cute. Hang on. The way that my camera is, there we go. We can see the ducks, yeah. It's like the way my camera is, it's like kind of weirdly cut off. So I just want to make sure people can see the thing. But I have these in here just kind of loose. These just make me think of, I work at a beauty school, and it makes me think of these two particular students for their senior prank. They hid like a bunch of ducks around the school, and we had to go find them. They hid like over 1,000 ducks, they said. And then I also took some ducks and made myself a little shaker as a fidget. And then so there's some ducks in here, and there's also some kinetic sand that I can play with too. I have a lollipop in here. I think I might take it out though for this session because I have a nail cuticle oil that leaked, and so I need to think of something else that's gonna help with that sense of taste. You can, if you have enough room and space, you could put like a small notebook or something in there with a pen, just so you can like scribble things down, whatever. I mean, and like, so that's all my stuff. And maybe some of this will work for you. Maybe you're like, maybe, maybe the ice rollers won't work, but maybe I could do something else instead for that temperature regulation touch sensation. Let me see here. And if people want some resources on some of the science behind this, behind DBT, behind that tip skill, anything like that, let me know. I can definitely share them if you want. So I have this I prioritize self-care sticker. I have so many of them. So if you want, let me know and I can maybe mail them to you. I don't even know how many I have, but I have a ton if that sticker is something you want. So that's what I got. And then Maria's coming back on. So cute and tiny. I needed it too. So I think that's a good point. Like the size of it is, yeah, I needed something that could fit in my car or fit in my locker at work or something like that. So I could just quickly go to it and hop into it if needed. You can make a bigger. I'm looking at the things in this room. You can make something bigger if you want, or if that size works for you, perfect. But yeah, you can fit a lot into this little size.
That's awesome. I love the freezing, the temperature stuff. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the temperature stuff was so amazing to me. I would love for you to share more about that, how that works. Because I've heard yeah, if you put your head or your hands in some ice or coldness, that it can help you regulate. You can go into more of a in the moment state. Have you tried it? Has it worked for you?
Yes, it definitely has. Is especially, and I think this is normal for if you get overstimulated or overwhelmed, your body just gets hot too. So that cold shock just kind of helps bring you down to earth. The resource I have for that is a video. I don't know if I can show a video, or I can try and find an article that kind of talks about it a little bit more.
Yeah. I found these really cool hot packs for travel, and they have menthol, so it's a pain reliever, but because I use heat a lot for pain, and it's nice that there's kits that you can things you can take on the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm posting that YouTube video that talks more about it, where I learned about the temperature, and kind of talks about the science behind it.
And do you take say you're feeling I don't know, an anxiety attack or something coming on, do you kind of just remove yourself and go to your car, or how does it work out in your life kind of?
Yeah. If I know that, if I sense that I'm getting overwhelmed, I'll just excuse myself, and if I can, so sometimes I'll just put this in my work locker and I can't fully go out to my car. That video that, that I posted in Marco Polo is me in my car. Because I needed to fully remove myself from I just need to get out of work for a second, or I can have it just in my work locker. And what I've done occasionally is I I'll go to my locker, I'll pop it open, and I'll just like swish, 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 like rinse water. Like, okay, I'm good. Or like literally, I have my bubbles, right? And I had someone come to me, I had a student come to me, and she was like having a stressful day. She was like, I'm really stressed out. Do you have any words of affirmation? I was like, I have bubbles. You want bubbles? And she was like, okay. And so I like gave her some bubbles, and she was like, that helps so much. Thank you. And so, yeah, it's just in a place where I can easily get to it. And yeah, sometimes I like step back. It's like, I need my emotional support bubbles right now. So
Awesome. That would so work for my kids too.
yeah, and I do want to, I, I have to, like with my daughter, she's autistic, and I have to like build it for her because she would just want to play with it right away. If I'm putting things in her kit. And she loves bubbles. So I do want to get a thing of bubbles for her whenever I do make a kit for her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was going to share the list of affirmations here. I found this on a website called Shine and Thrive Therapy, and it's actually DBT affirmations. So things like this too shall pass, or difficult times are part of my journey and allow me to appreciate the good. Um, my needs and wants are important. I have the power to create change. I love it. I'm allowed to take up space. I have the courage to say no. Oh, this one. I am a sensitive person who experiences the world differently. I will not compare myself to strangers on the internet.
And then, funny enough, I have some words of affirmation, but they're different than yours. Hang on.
Okay.
I saved it, so I didn't like get a chance to make it into a document or anything. But I saved two things. Now I can't find the other one. But here are they're sweary affirmations. So if you're one that swears, um, so here are the ones that I found. Sweary affirmations. I'm a fucking delight. I'm an absolute badass. If a mediocre white man can do it, I can too. I can do hard shit even when I'd rather hide under blankets all day. I'm so goddamn creative, hilarious, and fun. So I know that some people, yeah, if that connects more with you, like sweary affirmations, I found those ones, and I found another one too that was like I can't find it now and I can't explain it, but it was like kind of like an ABC of not like affirmations, but like list of things that you could write out that makes you happy, almost like journaling prompts, but like it was like a very short and quick kind of like. But of course, I can't find it now. Oh, coping skills. Okay, coping skills alphabet. Um, it's on Instagram. I can I can try and post this in the note in the chat as well. But coping skills alphabet. So you can just like the way I was thinking about like doing this one is like maybe doing like little strips of paper and then putting it in your kit and maybe just like kind of drawing a letter. So like A would be ask for help, B breathe, C chat with someone, D draw, E eat a snack. So it goes all the way. It doesn't have Z, so it has 25 different
Wow.
letters. Yeah. S say space, G grounding. And so I was like, oh, this would be kind of cute to like make little like strips of paper and just like write the letter on it and be like, oh, okay, G grounding. This is what I can do to ground myself.
I love that. But yeah, I think it's good to just look through like it has to be personal, right? It has to be meaningful to you and your young person, things that we're working through.
Yeah, totally. Like, we're just giving y'all some ideas that we've like learned somewhere or that I've connected with Maria or myself. And so if you want to, yeah, ask for shake. I think I like shake a lot because you could just sit there and be like, oh, shake. And people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking care of myself. You should shake too, or yeah, definitely take a lot of this that we're giving you and modify it to what's going to work best for you and your young person. I like punch the air.
So should I just put some chill lo-fi on and we could just like hang out together?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Lollipop. I mean, it's more red. but the wrapper's pink. Rose water. I mean, roses are pink. I have this like chapstick that's pink. I do have pens in here. And then I have this rose quartz necklace that I think I'm going to take out. And then my applicator for that nail cuticle oil is pink. And I have one side that was purple. Again, I'm going to adjust some things while we're here. Like the kinetic sand is purple, kinetic sand. The loops are purple. I have that purple duck in here. I have amethyst crystal. I have these small ice rollers that I think I'm going to take out of here. I don't think I need big and small ones. So I tried to kind of color coordinate it, and then like my small stuff was on the side, and then my bigger stuff still mostly pink and purple in the middle here. But of course, there's not like, it's not going to be 100% perfect because these are red and blue for the bubbles. If I have enough space, when I kind of reorganize some stuff, I want to put this guy in here, this little like thumb piano. So that's fun to just kind of fiddle with. Okay. That's always a fun one to play. I think I need a tune it now.
How did you do that?
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just played it on this little thumb piano here. it just has 8 notes, so it's like just fun little like.
This is also helpful is weighted blankets. I really need a lap blanket for my car, like for going places.
Right now, I also have my kit in like a bag, because it's like, how can I have a cuticle oil in here, because I also have like a weighted eye mask that I've used for like during like lunch breaks at work. I'm like, no one talk to me. I'm just gonna put this on, and I'm just gonna like chill for a second. Like I have this weighted eye mask, and then I also have this notebook that I'm not gonna be able to fit in here, but I was like writing would be helpful. So right now I have the box in a bag, and then sometimes I'll just bring the box into work, or sometimes I'll bring the whole bag into work, and then it just depends. So it's like a box and then some, presently. We have the Samsung piano. Oh, kazoo! That's smart. I like that.
Oh yeah, because that works with the breathing. I love that. You also had a scrunchie that you could like just flick.
Oh, like when I was showing it off in Marco Polo, I accidentally flicked it. I didn't mean to. But that's again, like knowing ahead of time what are my sensory things, what are my triggers, and like having hair on my neck. Funny enough, because I have long hair, but sometimes having hair on my neck, it like really bothers me, and so I just like, need to like pull it up. So again, trying to keep with that pink and purple theme, I had a pink scrunchie that I was able to just like throw in here. A harmonica, yes. What else can I play? What else is easy to play here? Can I send a picture to update? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Please do. My forever hair rubber on my wrist. See, that's the thing. You don't really realize it until, you don't always realize but something is a comfort item to you.
Um, I have a question. Like, if you have a need to stim and you feel like self-conscious about it, what do you do? Do you like leave the room? Ooh.
Um, yes, I guess it depends on what the stim is. I do a lot of stims also without realizing it, until someone points it out to me, um, and then I start to get a little self conscious. Most it doesn't bother most people, but I suppose if it's like a stim that I feel self conscious about or I feel may bother people, I'll try and leave the room.
Yeah, I don't know. My kids get so annoyed with me. Like, oh my God, what do I do?
Sometimes the doctor will tell me no on things.
I think for me, I think I just need like stuff that's not gonna bug someone else. Like I think even just like doodling helps for me. Like if I just have a pen around all the time.
hmm Yeah, and I have to be careful with the scented items because I can't have like synthetic scents at work. So there was
Oh
one,
yeah.
yeah, there was one time where I had the rose water toner. Not that it like, I think it's naturally scented, but still, I know that scents can bother people. Like the cuticle oil, I have to be really careful with that. I think that rose water, but it's like definitely scented. So there was one day I like exited the room, I like spritzed my face really quick, and then someone else came like, because it was a more general walking space. It wasn't like I went to a private room. Um, and so I like spritzed it, and then someone walked by. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just spritzed rose water on my face." She was like, "No, it smells great." And so, um, yeah, the scented items, I just got to be cautious with that when I'm at work.
Quiet swear affirmations to myself to remind myself, fuck everyone. I'm gonna meet my needs.
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to like educate other people. It's like, you know, I need to do this.
I try to do cuticle oil like once or twice a day because, again, I noticed that was something I didn't really realize it until I started to get my nails done regularly that dry cuticles bug me, and I'll pick at them if I'm anxious. So try to get ahead of it by doing cuticle oil ahead of time.
I know most of the people here have their kids are in at home. My two are going to school next year and they're really well, one is really nervous. It's a very flexible school, so like the schedules are really open-ended, but I think something like this would be like an amazing tool to use in schools.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Um, my daughter, we're gonna do kindergarten for her next year, but like it's a 2 day a week thing. And I need to see what she's got in her IEP, her 504, for sensory things. I think they're gonna write it so because she like needs to be when she's stressed out, she needs to be like on someone, which is like so funny and like a little frustrating because when I'm stressed out, I'm like, no one come near me. And then when she's stressed out, she's like, someone, I need to be on someone.
Yeah.
So I know that they're gonna write in her IEP that she can like if she's stressed out, she can like go to like a special circle or something, or have an adult, give her a deep pressure hug. But if
Girl,
I were to make a care kit for her, I'd be like, can we write this in her IEP that she can use it as needed?
we used to give our kids a blanket or like a piece of our clothing that was like that smelled like us, and then it helped them with going to someone else, like a stranger, or just that transition of like letting go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's some like good things in the chat too that I've been reading. Some great strategies. Like I'm reading Lauren's right now, and she says she has the heroin items to like wear to remind. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, let me reread that. I have the heroin items to remind me to wear a calming or confident persona like a queen. Um, Maybe I have cards or prompts like that too. That's fun.
hmm. Yes. Ooh, another one I love to do is having a sorting. Like I
Oh,
like to just fidget by sorting. Has Have you done that, Amanda? Like I don't know, like where you're like a bunch of like mixed loose parts that you want to like organize.
Sometimes, I guess. Oh, you know what? I just like saw this right near me, like bubble wrap. I'll like fidget with that sometimes,
Yeah.
like bubble wrap. Just like pop the bubble wrap. Oh my gosh, an altar to my self care.
Yes.
I love that. Then when you need to get it, be like, I need to go to my self care altar.
I think I need a stuffy or some kind of like doll or something.
Yeah, I think I want to throw something like that into my kit too. I have like little teeny tiny ones that I think I showed on Marco Polo um, on one of the channels.
Yeah.
I know exactly where they are. I'd have to go get them, but they're like little small guys that came with a bigger stuffy.
Nice.
Yeah, I would super love to, of course, if you're comfortable with it, see your kits and what y'all are working on. If you don't finish it during this time, maybe post it in Discord somewhere. But I definitely want to see what y'all are working on.
Yeah, this space is very multinational, international. I'm in the process of learning more about DBT. I was introduced to it by my therapist, and there's a couple web pages that give you like different skills that are really, really, really helpful. Um, the one that I think I use the most right now is called Stop. Um, it's so the S stands for stop, the T stands for, oh God, what does the T stand for? O is observe, and then P is proceed. So say you're activated, you're just kind of stopping. Oh, take a step back, right? The T is take a step back. Then observe like with your five senses. You could do breathing. Um, and then proceed. You've heard that one, right, Amanda?
Yes, I'm actually going to drop in the chat right now. I think this is called this website, dbt.tools.
Okay.
I think that's, yeah, and it talks about the stop skill, it talks about this, what we're doing. Not specifically like a aid kit, but it talks about just tolerance and emotional regulation. Yeah, stop is a emotional regulation, you know, opposite action, open head skills, um, radical acceptance.
Oh yeah. So
And
I'm,
then
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that I can't, so I can drop this book in the chat if anyone's interested, but it's like a workbook for DBT skills specifically for neurodivergent individuals. Granted, I haven't used it yet. I do want to purchase it and see and like kind of try it out. But if people are interested, I can share that. I just would have to find the link again. But yeah, that seems kind of interesting. But I will.
Um, I'm an auditory person, so I do well with like podcasts and audiobooks. And so there's one on DBT that's just going through each skill, and they're like a 30-minute chat about it. I could share that here if you want.
Please do, because other people might be auditory people as well.
Jess, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again, I haven't used it yet. If you end up buying it and using it before me, let me know how you like it. But I'm a part of a couple different like neurodivergent groups on Facebook, and that's one that keeps getting suggested. And I'm reading your comment right now, Sean. Don't want to overuse it, but I think that's a really good question. I think it would be best to use it if you're in. So unfortunately, work's like probably one of my biggest stressors. So I have to bring it to work. So I know I can't just leave work, but I can be like, excuse myself. I just need to like step away really quick, and I can step away and like blow bubbles or spritz something on my face. Um, so I think when I most often use it is when I'm in an area where I can't can't fully escape, maybe I can just step outside for a second, um, just to try to quickly center myself. I guess that's when I most often use it. I think a timer, yeah, timers work for me as well. And then with some of these, like, because I have this half sheet mask and this eye mask, it says like after 15 or 20 minutes to remove it. So that's kind of, I mean, of course, you have to set a timer, but that kind of helps me out as well. Be like, okay, in 15 minutes, I will take off this.
Well, and changing location or like that act of like leaving the situation is really helpful
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of resets. But
And then sometimes I can't fully leave the situation. Like there was one time I couldn't, and I just put on this eye mask. I was just like, whatever, y'all are gonna like look at me with this eye mask, and people would be like, oh, it's a cute eye mask. I'd be like, thanks, leave me alone. Or timers don't work for you, it songs do.
transitions, yes.
That's smart. I like that. Oh, I might
Ooh.
have to pause this.
Yeah,
Everyone's different.
so often I depend on like another human being to like help me regulate, and that idea of like over dependency is definitely like that's why I feel like this kit is going to be helpful because it's going to help me to be independent, like be able to care for myself and not always needs my partner to be there kind of thing.
I think I remember you saying, Maria, somewhere, I don't recall, but you said that like when your partner drives, that kind of stresses you out, just driving in general.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so this would be a good one to like, if you, so kind of like also if you know ahead of time this is going to be a stressful situation, that would be a good time to use your
Yeah.
kit or bring your kit. So like maybe if you're going to be a passenger in the car, you can bring it and just say some words or affirmation or what have you. Then and there as a
Mhm.
thought.
Thinking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lauren says I wish Walkmans were still a thing.
I'm sure if you look hard enough.
Yeah. There's something about the simplicity of the Walkman. It's just like you just press, you know exactly. You don't have to search. There's no extras.
When I was like looking at lists that you could like a list of things you could put in your kit, um, I think one of the things was like some of your favorite audio, and I was like, when was this made? Because like everything's on our phones these days, you know. Um, yeah, it was like kind of worded. It was like put your favorite audio in here. I'm like, how exactly would that work?
Yeah, I need to definitely create a playlist that's like specific. Katie, one of the people in our group, she does a 3-song yoga practice where it's I guess she creates a new playlist every week, but that's her timer is like I'm gonna do 3 songs of stretching and then I know I'm done. Um, and I really like that. Oh, what about okay, this is another skill is at getting your heart rate up. So like doing an intense activity for how long is it? 5 minutes?
Yes, I think going back to the tip scale for a second, because that T stands for, oh, I'm sorry, the T stands for tip to temperature, the I stands for intense exercise.
Right.
Um, which, yeah, would be some kind of like quick, intense exercise to like boost your heart rate up.
Okay. So I just bought a skipping rope. I'm gonna try that.
Ooh, fun. That's smart. So almost is, so not quite.
um Something, yeah, Sean has to leave probably, is accessing people in our lives that we have felt like loved by or like felt like we could be ourselves with, and then picturing them in our mind and like kind of just accessing their love and presence in our life.
Right, yeah, like I mean, I have some things in my kit, like I said, that like kind of remind me of certain people. So I think again, you would typically use this in a time of distress. So like remembering, like I said, I have a thank you note. I have a couple other things that just make me think of specific people. So just something like that too would be helpful. Thank you all for coming. Please post your kit
Yeah.
in a channel another time when it's done. I really sounds like there's some great ideas in the chat, and I would really love to see some of them.